Okay. Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yatha Parakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Saganaraganatam Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Saitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Paran Sahagana Lalita Shivashikam Vidamscha Om Jnana Timarandasya Jnana Jana Shalakaya Chakshurunilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah Gurva Bhistam Supurakam Guruganahara Sisha Sambhushitam Chintya Chintya Samastabeda Nipanam Shri Rupa Patanugam Govindabidam Ujwalam Varatanum Bhaktyan Vidam Sundaram Vande Vishwagurun Shah Divyat Bhagavat Prem Noi Bija Pranam Devam Divyatanum Suchandavaranam Balarka Chelanchitam Sandrananda Puram Sadeka Varanam Vairagya Vidyam Buddhim Sri Siddhanta Nidhim Subhakti Lasitam Saraswatanam Baram Banditam Shubhanam Maneka Sharanam Nyashishvara Shridharam Vansha Kalpatarubhyasya Kripa Sindhu Bhyevita Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namah Namo Mahamananyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namane Gauratavishe Namah. So we're hearing from Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita by Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami with translation and commentary by Srila Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. And this is Madhya-lila chapter 14, performance of the Vrindaban pastimes. So performance of the Vrindaban pastimes here refers to Mahaprabhu after the Ratha Yatra car of Jagannath, Subhadra and Baladev. After it's come to the temple of Gundicha, Mahaprabhu's, during the time that Jagannath is in the Gundicha temple, the Gundicha temple represents, we can say, Vrindaban, and that's called Sundarachala. And the Jagannath Puri temple is called Nilachala. Nilachala is like, we can say, Dwarka. And the Gundicha temple is Vrindaban. The whole idea of Mahaprabhu in the Ratha Yatra is the mood of Srimati Radharani taking Krishna back to Vrindaban. So in the beginning of this chapter we heard how Mahaprabhu was resting after the Ratha Yatra in a park, and Maharaj Prataparudra came there, and then Maharaj Prataparudra was dressed as a Vaishnava, and it's said that Mahaprabhu didn't know who he was, although internally he did, and the king came and began massaging Mahaprabhu's feet and reciting to him from the chapters about the Rasa-lila in the Srimad Bhagavatam, and Mahaprabhu embraced him and gave him his mercy. Then this chapter, now where we are at, we'll start with text 94. It continues and it'll describe Mahaprabhu's pastimes in the gardens near Gundicha temple, and also there'll be a description of the Lakshmi Vijay, or Hera Panchami festival. Aparane Ashikoila Darshanartan Nishate Udyanayase Korela Shayan. In the afternoon, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu went to the Gundicha temple to visit the Lord and dance. At night, he went to the garden to take rest. Aradina Ashikoila Ishwara Darshan Prangane Nrityagita Koila Katakan. The next day, Mahaprabhu also went to the temple of Gundicha and saw the Lord. He then chanted and danced in the yard for some time. Bhaktagan Sange Prabhu Udyanayasya Vrindavana Bihar Kore Bhaktagan Loya. Accompanied by his devotee Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu then went into the garden and enjoyed the pastimes of Vrindaban. Brikabali Prafulita Prabhura Darshane Bringapika Gaya Bahe Shitala Pavane. There were multifarious trees and creepers in the garden, and they were all jubilant to see Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Indeed, the birds were chirping, the bees were buzzing, and a cool breeze was blowing. Prati Brikatale Prabhu Korananartan Vasudeva Datta Matra Koranagayan. As Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu danced beneath each and every tree, Vasudeva Datta sang along. Egg, egg, brikatali, egg, gana, gai, parama, abeshe, egg, nache, gorarai. As Vasudeva sang a different song beneath each and every tree, Mahaprabhu danced there alone in great ecstasy. Tabe Bakreshware Prabhu, Kohila Nachite, Bakreshwara Nache Prabhu, Lagi Lagaite. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu then ordered Bakreshwara Pandit to dance, and as he began to dance, the Lord began to sing. Prabhu Sange Swarupade Kirtaniya Gai, Dik Bidik Nahi Gyan Primara Banjai. Then devotees like Swarup Damodar and other kirtan performers began to sing along with Mahaprabhu. Being inundated with ecstatic love, they lost all consideration of time and circumstances. E Mata Katakan Kore Madhya-lila Narendra Sarobare Gela Korite Jalakela. After thus performing pastimes in the garden for some time, they all went to a lake called Narendra Sarovara, and there enjoyed sporting in the water. Jalakrita Kore Puna Aila Ujjane Bhojana Lila Koila Prabhu Loya Bhaktagane. After sporting in the water, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu returned to the garden and accepted prasadam with the devotees. Navadin Gundichate Rahe Jagannath Mahaprabhu Aiche Lila Kore Bhakta Sata. For 9 continuous days, His Lordship, Sri Jagannath Dev, stayed at the Gundicha temple. During this time, Mahaprabhu also stayed there and performed the pastimes with his devotees that have already been described. Jagannath Vallabhanam Bora Pushparama Navadin Koran Prabhu Tatai Bishrama. The garden of his pastimes was very large. It was named Jagannath Vallabha. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu took his rest there for 9 days. Hera Panchamira Dina Aila Janiya Kashimishre Kaheraja Shayat Nakoriya. Knowing that the Hera Panchami festival was drawing near, Maharaj Prataparudra attentively talked with Kashimishra. Kalya Hera Panchami Habe Lakshmi Vijay Aiche Utsava Kora Jena Kabu Nahi Hai. Tomorrow will be the festival of Hera Panchami, or Lakshmi Vijay. Hold this festival in a way that it has never been held before. The Hera Panchami festival takes place 5 days after the Ratha Yatra festival. Lord Jagannath has left his wife, the goddess of fortune, Lakshmi, and gone to Vrindaban, which is the Gundicha temple. Due to separation from the Lord, the goddess of fortune decides to come to see the Lord at Gundicha. The coming of the goddess of fortune to Gundicha is celebrated as Hera Panchami. Sometimes this is misspelled as Hara Panchami among the Ativadis. The word Hera means to see and refers to the goddess of fortune going to see Lord Jagannath. The word Panchami means the 5th day and is used because this takes place on the 5th day of the moon. Mahotsava Korataiche Vishesha Sambar Dekima Prabhur Chaiche Hoy Chamatkar. Maharaj Prataparudra said, hold this festival in such a gorgeous way that upon seeing it, Mahaprabhu will be completely pleased and astonished. Thakur Bandare Ar Amara Bandare Chitrabastra Kinkani Ara Chatra Chamare. Take as many printed cloths, small bells, umbrellas, and chamaras as there are in my storehouse and in the deity's storehouse. Ajja Brinda Patak Gantaya Koraha Mandan Nanabadya Nritya Dola and Koraha Sajan. Collect all kinds of small and large flags and ringing bells, then decorate the carrier and have various musical and dancing parties accompany it. In this way, decorate the carrier attractively. Dviguna Korea Kora Sab Upahar Ratachatra Hoite Jaiche Hoy Chamatkar. You should also double the quantity of prasadam. Make so much that it will even surpass the Ratha Yatra festival. So the king is saying he wants to please Mahaprabhu, and he wants to make this Hera Panchami festival even bigger than the Ratha Yatra. wants to spare no expense. Seta Korea Prabhu Loya Bhaktagan Swachande Asiya Jaiche Korana Darshan. Arrange the festival in such a way that Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu may freely go with all his devotees to visit the deity without difficulty. Pratakale Mahaprabhu Nijagan Laya Jagannath Darshana Koila Sundarachala Jana. In the morning, Mahaprabhu took his personal associates with him to see Lord Jagannath at Sundarachala. Sundarachala is the Gundicha temple. The temple of Jagannath at Jagannath Puri is called Nilachala, and the temple at Gundicha is called Sundarachala. Nilachali Aila Puna Bhaktagan Sange Dekite Utkanta Herapanchamira Range. Then Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and his personal devotees returned to Nilachala with great eagerness to see the Herapanchami festival. Kashimishra Prabhure Bahu Adara Korea Swaguna Saha Balo Stani Basaila Loya. Kashimishra received Chaitanya Mahaprabhu with great respect, and taking the Lord and his associates to a very nice place, he had them seated. Rasa Vishesha Prabhu Shunite Manahoila Ishad Hashya Prabhu Swarupe Puchila. After taking his seat, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu wanted to hear about a peculiar mellow of devotional service. Therefore, mildly smiling, he began to question Swarup Damodar. So that Rasa Visheshi wants to know, he's questioning Swarup Damodar about the mood here. Jajapi Jagannath Koran Dwarakai Bihar Sahaja Prakata Kore Parama Udar Tatapi Vatsaramadye Hoy Ekbar Vrindavana Dekite Tara Utkantapar. Although Lord Jagannath enjoys his pastimes at Dwarkadam and naturally manifests sublime liberality there, still once a year he becomes unlimitedly eager to see Vrindaban. So he's living in Dwarka. That's the temple of in Jagannath Puri in Nilachala. But once a year he becomes very eager to see Vrindaban. So this is a Ratha Yatra time. Vrindavana sam a upavangan tahadeki bari utkantita hoyaman. Pointing out the neighboring gardens, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, all these gardens exactly resemble Vrindaban. Therefore, Lord Jagannath is very eager to see them again. Bahira hoite kore rata chatra chalo, Sundarachala jai Prabhu chadi nilachala. Externally, he gives the excuse that he wants to participate in the Ratha Yatra festival, but actually wants to leave Jagannath Puri to go to Sundarachala, the Gundicha temple, a replica of Vrindaban. Nana Pushpo Dhyane Tata Kele Ratri Dine Lakshmi Devir Sange Nahiloi Ki Karane. The Lord enjoys his pastimes day and night in various flower gardens there. But why does he not take Lakshmi Devi, the goddess of fortune, with him? Mahaprabhu's asking this in a humorous way, we can even say. He says, the Lord enjoys his pastimes day and night in various flower gardens there, which is like Vrindaban. But why does he not take Lakshmi Devi, the goddess of fortune, with him? You can also say, why doesn't he take Lakshmi, his wife, with him? Swarupa Koheshuna Prabhu Karana Ihar Vrindavana Kridate Lakmira Nahi Adhikar. Swarup Damodar replied, my dear Lord, please hear the reason for this. Lakshmi Devi, the goddess of fortune, cannot be admitted to the pastimes of Vrindaban. Vrindavana Lilaya Krishnadas Sahaya Gopigan Bina Krishna Harite Nareman. In the pastimes of Vrindaban, the only assistants are the gopis, but for the gopis, no one can attract the mind of Krishna. So already we're getting information that Jagannath has left his wife, Lakshmi, and he's gone to Gundicha temple, replica of Vrindaban, and the only ones admitted there are the gopis, and only the gopis can really attract the mind of Krishna. Prabhu kohe jatra chale Krishnera agaman, Subhadrara Baladeva Sange Duijan. The Lord said, using the car festival as an excuse, Krishna goes there with Subhadra and Baladev. Gopi Sange Jata Lila, Hoy Upavane, Niguda Krishnera, Baba, Keho Nati Jani. All the pastimes with the gopis that take place in those gardens are very confidential ecstasies of Lord Krishna. No one knows them. Ateva Krishnera, Prakatyena Hikachudosh, Tabekeni Lakshmi Devi, Kore Etarosh. Since there is no fault at all in Krishna's pastimes, why does the goddess of fortune become angry? Swarup Kohe Prima Bhatir Eta Swabab Kandira Odashal Leshe Hoy Krodabab. Swarup Damodar replied, it is the nature of a girl afflicted by love to become immediately angry upon finding any neglect on the part of her lover. Hinakale Kachika Jahe Bibida Ratan Suvarnera Achodola Kore Arohan Hinakale Kachita Jahe Bibida Ratan Suvarnera Chodola Kore Arohan. While Swarup Damodar and Mahaprabhu were talking, the procession of Lakshmi, the goddess of fortune, came by. She was riding upon a golden palanquin carried by 4 men and bedecked with a variety of jewels. Chatra Chamara Dwaja Patakaragan Nanabadya Agenache Devadasigan. The palanquin was also surrounded by people carrying umbrellas, chamara and flags, and it was preceded by musicians and dancing girls. Tambula, Samputa Jari, Vyanjana Chamar, Satedashi, Shatahara, Divya Bhushambar. The maidservants were carrying water pitchers, chamara and boxes of betel nuts. There were hundreds of maidservants, all attractively dressed and wearing valuable necklaces. Alokika Aishwarya Sange Bahu Parivar, Kroda Haya, Lakshmi Devi, Aila Simadwar. In an angry mood, the goddess of fortune arrived at the main gate of the temple, accompanied by many members of her family, all of them exhibiting uncommon opulence. And here it says, Alukika Aishwarya. Alukika is out of the ordinary or very uncommon opulence. They're all dressed with jewels and very fine, because the mood of Vaikuntha is this, Aishwarya. That's awe, reverence, great opulence. That's the worship of Vaikuntha, with awe and reverence and much opulence. So, in an angry mood, the goddess of fortune arrived at the main gate of the temple, accompanied by many members of her family, all of whom exhibited uncommon opulence. Jagannathar, Mukhya, Jatabrityagane, Lakshmi Devir, Dashigana, Korana Bandhane. When the procession arrived, the maidservants of the goddess of fortune began to arrest all the principal servants of Lord Jagannath. So Lord Jagannath left with an excuse that he was going out for a ride in the Rath car and everything, but he hasn't returned in many days. And now Lakshmi is very angry and is going to see him. Bandiyaniya Pare Lakmira Charane Charijena Dandakore Loyananadane. The maidservants bound the servants of Jagannath, handcuffed them, and made them fall down at the lotus feet of the goddess of fortune. Indeed, they were arrested just like thieves who have all their riches taken away. When Lord Jagannath starts his car festival, he gives assurance to the goddess of fortune that he will return the next day. When he does not return, the goddess of fortune, after waiting 2 to 3 days, begins to feel that her husband has neglected her. She naturally becomes quite angry, gorgeously decorating herself and her associates. She comes out of the temple and stands before the main gate. All the principal servants of Lord Jagannath are then arrested by her maidservants, brought before and forced to fall down at her lotus feet. Achaitanavat tare korana tarane nanamata galigdina bandabachane. When the servants fell down before the lotus feet of the goddess of fortune, they almost fell unconscious. They were chastised and made the butt of jokes and loose language. Lakshmi Sangidashi Ganer Pragalbya Dekya Hasima Prabhuragan Muke Hastadiya. When Mahaprabhu's associates saw such impotence exhibited by the maidservants of the goddess of fortune, they covered their faces with their hands and began to smile. Damodar ko heiche manera prakar Trijagate kahana hideki shuniyar. Swarup Damodar said, there is no egoistic pride like this within the three worlds. At least I have never seen or heard of it. Manini Nirutsahe Chade Vibhushan Bhome Base Nakileki Malina Badan. When a woman is neglected and disappointed out of egoistic pride, she gives up her ornaments and morosely sits down on the ground, marking lines on it with her nails. Purve Satyabhama Rishuni Evam Bidaman, Brajagopi Ganerman, Rasara Nidan. I've heard of this kind of pride in Satyabhama, Krishna's proudest queen, and I've also heard of it in the gopis of Vrindaban, who are the reservoirs of all transcendental mellows. Iho Nija Sambati Sabrakata Korea, Priyera Uparajai Shonya Sajaya. But in the case of the goddess of fortune, I see a different kind of pride. She manifests her own opulences and even goes with her soldiers to attack her husband. Prabhu kohe kahabrajer manera prakar swarupa kohe gopi mana nadi shatadar. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, please tell me of the varieties of egoistic pride manifested in Vrindavan. Swarup Damodar replied, the pride of the gopis is like a river flowing with hundreds of tributaries. So here's the Lakshmi Vijay festival Hera Panchami. It's taking place. And Lakshmi's coming out of the temple, and she's on a palanquin surrounded by, we can say, her attendants, and they're going in a parade. They're all very opulent. She's even going to attack the Ratha Yatra car and the servants of Jagannath. She's very angry. And so, but Mahaprabhu is always absorbed in Vrindavan. He sees all this and he says, this is really, Swarup Damodar says, this is really a manifestation of ego on the part of Lakshmi Devi. We've heard about women becoming morose and sad when their husband leaves them, but Lakshmi's not like that. She gets dressed more opulently, goes out, and she's very angry. So he says, this is a real contrast. But Mahaprabhu then says, yes, but I wanted to hear about how the jealousy or the pride shows itself in the gopis of Vrindavan and compare it with that. So Mahaprabhu said, please tell me of the varieties of egoistic pride manifested in Vrindavan. Swarup Damodar replied, the pride of the gopis is like a river flowing with hundreds of tributaries. So, Naikara Swabhava Prema Vritti Bahubed Sebede Nana Prakar Manina Ubed. The characteristic and modes of love are different in different women. Their jealous anger also takes on different varieties and qualities. Samyak Gopi Karaman Najai Katan Egduibede Kore Digdarshan. It is not possible to give a complete statement about the different types of anger manifest by the gopis, but a few principles may serve as an indication. Mani keho hoi dira keho ta adir 18 bede keho hoi dira dir. There are three types of women experiencing jealous anger: sober women, restless women, and women both restless and sober. Dira kante kore. So that's dira, adira, and dira dir. So dira is very sober. Adira is not sober. Not a very sophisticated or sober woman, and dira dir means both sober and at the same time angry, you can say. Dira kante durideke kore pratyutan nikateyashile kore asana pradhan. When a sober heroine sees her hero approaching from a distance, she immediately stands up to receive him. When he comes near, she immediately offers him a place to sit. Hridaye kopamuke kohe madura bachan priyalingite tare korealingan. The sober heroine conceals her anger within her heart and externally speaks sweet words. When her lover embraces her, she returns his embrace. Sarala vyavahara kore manera pushan kimva salunta bhake kore priyan nirasan. The sober heroine is very simple in her behavior. She keeps her jealous anger within her heart, but with mild words and smiles, she rejects the advances of her lover. So she's angry and she's jealous, but she's not showing it so much. But it says, and she's very respectful and everything, but with mild words and smiles, she rejects the advances of her lover. Adira nistura bhake koraye barsan. Karnot palit tade kore malaya bandan. The restless heroine, or someone who's adir, who's not so sober, however, sometimes chastises her lover with cruel words, sometimes pulls his ear, and sometimes binds him with a flower garland. So she's the one who's not so sober. She's angry and she says strong words to her husband, and sometimes pulls him by the ear, and then sometimes binds him with a flower garland. Dira dira bakya bakke kore upahas kabu stute kabu ninda kabu baudas. The heroine, dira dir, both sober and at the same time not sober at the same time combined. Dira dir. One is sober, one is restless, and then this one is like combination of both. The heroine, who is a combination of sobriety and restlessness, always jokes with equivocal words. She sometimes praises her lover, sometimes blasphemes him, and sometimes remains indifferent. Mugda madhya pragalbya tina naikar bed mugda nahi jani maner vaidagya bibed. So Swarup Damodar, he's like an eternal resident of Vrindaban. So he's describing the mood of the gopis. Some of them are dira, some of them are adira, and some of them are dira dir. So he's described those three types. And now he says, heroines may also be classified as captivated, intermediate, and impudent. The captivated heroine does not know very much about the cunning intricacies of jealous anger. Mukya chadiya kore kevala rodan kantera priya bhakya shuni hoy parasan. The captivated heroine simply covers her face and goes on crying. When she hears sweet words from her lover, she is very satisfied. So she's jealous and angry, but she simply captivated heroine. She's very captivated by her lover. When she feels jealous, she just covers her face and goes on crying. When she hears sweet words from her lover, she is very satisfied. Madhya pragabhya dare diradi bibed taramade sabar swabhavitin bed. Both the intermediate and impudent heroines can be classified as sober, restless, and both sober and restless. All their characteristics can be further classified in three divisions. Keho prakara, keho mridya, keho hoy sam, swaswabhave krishnara bharaya prema sima. Some of these heroines are very talkative, some are mild, and some are equipoised. Each heroine, according to her own character, increases Sri Krishna's loving ecstasy. Prakarya Mardava Sanya Swabhava Nirdosh Se Swabhave Krishna Koraya Santosh. Although some of the gopis are talkative, some mild, and some equipoised, all of them are transcendental and faultless. They please Krishna by their unique characteristics. Ekata Shunya Prabhura Nanda Par Kaha Damodar Bole Bar Bar. Mahaprabhu felt unlimited happiness upon hearing these descriptions, and he again and again requested Swarup Damodar to continue talking. Damodara Kohe Krishna Rasika Sikar Rasa Ashwadaka Rasa Moya Kolibar. Damodar, Swarup Damodar said, Krishna is the master of all transcendental mellows and the taster of all transcendental rasas. And his body is composed of transcendental bliss. So it says Krishna Rasika Shekhar. He's the master of all rasas. And Rasa Ashradaka, the taster of all the different rasas. And Rasa Moy, he himself his whole body is full of rasa, full of these, especially what's being described here as the intricacies of Madhura Ras. Krishna is the master of all rasas, the taster of all rasas, and his body is composed of rasa. Prema Moy, Bapu Krishna Bhakta Prema Deen, Shuddha Prema Rasa Gune Gopika Pravina. Krishna is full of ecstatic love and always subordinate to the love of his devotees. The gopis are very experienced in pure love and in the dealings of transcendental mellows. Oh, here's the idea that during the Rasa-lila, Mahaprabhu is reciting verses and people don't understand their meaning. And he's saying, while the Ratha Yatra is going on, while the Ratha Yatra is going on, Mahaprabhu is saying verses and nobody can understand so much their meaning. He's saying that I am the same person and he is my lover from long ago. The verses are meaning this. I am that same person and this is my lover from long ago. And now we are meeting after some time, but I wish to take him back to the original place near the Revati River, where our pastimes were first taking place. And all this is a refrain or a poem to show that the mood of Mahaprabhu during the Rasa-lila is that of Srimati Radharani, and he wants to take Krishna back to Vrindaban. But he's saying these verses all in the mood of a woman, and nobody can understand, except Swarup Damodar, can understand what Mahaprabhu is singing about and in an ecstatic mood. And now Mahaprabhu is at Gundicha temple, which is replica of Vrindaban, and he goes to all the different gardens and he's very happy. Normally Mahaprabhu is feeling a mood of great, separation, like Radharani after Krishna left Vrindaban. He's in that mood of deep separation. But while Jagannath is at the Gundicha temple, Mahaprabhu is going into the gardens and he's dancing and singing, and he's feeling very happy. That you can see it's different than his normal mood of this separation. And now, when the Hera Panchami festival is taking place and Lakshmi's coming angrily to go find her husband and why he's not come home after so many days. But Mahaprabhu he's still with this mood of talking about, to Swarup Damodar. I'm very, like in his happiness, you could say, he wants to hear about the mood not so much of Lakshmi, but of Vrindaban. What's the mood like in Vrindaban and everything? So Mahaprabhu's in a different, has different, you can say Mahaprabhu's changes in mood are constant. All the time he's changing in mood. and very always tasting different rasa. But here he's asking Swarup Damodar, I want to hear about the mood, not so much about the jealousy of Lakshmi, but I want to know about what is the mood. There's so many gopis, and what are they like? And now Swarup Damodar is describing that. Prema Moy Bapu Krishna Bhakta Prema Deen Shuddha Premi Rasa Gune Gopika Praveen. Krishna is full of ecstatic love and always subordinate to the love of his devotees. The gopis are very experienced in pure love and in the dealings of transcendental mellows. Shuddha Preme Rasa Gune. So they're very experienced in prema and their feelings of rasa. Gopikara Preminahi Rasa Vasa Dosh Ateva Krishnera Kore Parama Santosh. There is no flaw or adulteration in the love of the gopis. Therefore, they give Krishna the highest pleasure. Swarup Damodar speaking. Evam Shashankamshu Virajita Nisha Sasatyakamo Nuratam Balaguna Shishevat Mani Avaruda Sorata Sarva Sharat Kavya Katara Sashraya. Sri Krishna, who is the absolute truth, enjoyed his rasa dance every night during the autumn season. He performed this dance in the moonlight and with full transcendental mellows. He used poetic words and surrounded himself with women who were very much attracted to him. Vama ek gopigan, dakina ek gan, nanababe koraya krishne rasasvadan. The gopis can be divided into a left wing and a right wing. Both wings induce Krishna to taste transcendental mellows by various manifestations of ecstatic love. The left wing is like, left wing gopis are those who can show anger, jealousy, and many moods, and the right wing gopis they're more sober and intellectual, you could say, on that level. Gopi Gana Madhya Shrestha Radha Thakurani Nirmala Ujjwala Rasa Prema Ratna Kani. Or you can say they're more they don't show as much emotion. They're more their emotion is, their feelings are more on the cerebral plane or something like that. Although of all the gopis, Srimati Radharani is the chief. She is the jewel mine of ecstatic love and the source of all purified transcendental conjugal mellows. Mayase madhyama teho swabhabite sam gara prema bhaviteho nirantara bhama. Radharani is grown up and her character is equipoise. She is always deeply absorbed in ecstatic love and always feeling in the mood of a left-wing gopi. Okay. The left wing and right wing of the gopis has been explained by Rupa Goswami in his Ujjwala Nilamani. The left wing is described in this way. Managrahe sadodyukta tats chaitiki Managrahe sadodyukta tats chaikil ye chagopana Abedya Nayake Praya Krura Bhamati Kriyate. A gopi who is always eager to be jealously angered, who is very enthusiastic for that position, who immediately becomes angry when defeated, who is never under the control of a hero, and who always opposes him is called a Vama, or left-wing gopi. Srila Rupa Goswami describes the right-wing gopis in this way. A gopi who cannot, Asayamana nir bande nayake jukta badini samabis tena bedya chadakina parikirtita. A gopi who cannot tolerate womanly anger, who speaks suitable words to her hero and who is satisfied by his sweet words is called a dakina, or a right-wing gopi. So it cannot tolerate womanly anger, doesn't like to show jealousy or anger, tries to maintain herself as very sober. She's called, and who speaks suitable words to her hero, even if he's been neglectful, she's respectful, and she's called a right-wing gopi. Left-wing gopis are not respectful, and they will become angry and show their anger and jealousy. And Radharani is like that. Satyabhama is like that. Rukmini is not. Rukmini is very calm and composed, and she's more, you can say, right-wing. But what's being described here is not Dwarkas being described, the gopis. Some of them are. So we would say Radharani is left-wing gopi, or the right-wing gopis we could say is like Chandravali. Vamya Swabhave Mana Ute Nirantar Taramadhi Ute Krishnara Ananda Sagar. Because she is a left-wing gopi, Radharani's womanly anger is always awakening, but Krishna derives transcendental bliss from her activities. So Radharani is very strongly like this, that is described that one time she sees another gopi and becomes jealous, but it's her own shadow. She's seeing her own shadow. So she can show her anger. Aher ivagati premna swabhava gutila bhavet ato hetor hetoscha yunormana udanchati. The progress of loving affairs between a young boy and a young girl is by nature crooked, like the movement of a snake. Because of this, two types of anger arise between a young boy and girl: anger with a cause and anger without a cause. So Srila Sridhar Maharaj, Guru Maharaj would say this, that the loving affairs of Vrindaban, they move like a snake in a crooked way. So sometimes there's justification for Radharani becoming angry, and sometimes there's not justification. That's just her womanly nature. Eta Shuni Bade Prabhu Ananda Sagar Kaha Kaha Kahe Prabhu Bole Damodar. As Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu heard these talks, his ocean of transcendental bliss increased. He therefore told Swarup Damodar, go on speaking, and thus Swarup Damodar continued. So Mahaprabhu's mood is being very much understood and increased by the words of Swarup Damodar. He can say things that will satisfy Mahaprabhu. Actually what he's hearing about is the different kinds of love that the gopis show for Krishna in Vrindaban. And it is said that Mahaprabhu is feeling the moods of Srimati Radharani. So he likes to hear about the moods of all the different associates there in Vrindaban. Adiruda Mahabhava Radhikara Prem Vishuddha Nirmala Jaiche Dasha Banahema. Srimati Radharani's love is a highly advanced ecstasy. All her dealings are completely pure and devoid of material tinge. Indeed, her dealings are 10 times purer than gold. Krishnara Darshane Jadi Bhaya Chambite Nanababa Bishu Bibu Shane Hoy Bibu Shite. As soon as Radharani gets a chance to see Krishna, her body is suddenly decorated with various ecstatic ornaments. So I'm going to continue tomorrow from this point. These actually what's being described as Mahaprabhu's in the area of Gundicha. The Lord Jagannath will stay there for some days. It says, I think 9 days. And Mahaprabhu is feeling all these varieties of, he's hearing about Vrindaban, about the gopis. He's in conversations with Swarup Damodar. So this is actually Mahaprabhu's continued mood, but especially showing itself during the time of the Ratha Yatra festival. So naturally, so many people participate in Ratha Yatra, and their mood is very festive and everything. But Mahaprabhu's mood during Vrindaban is actually he's very much absorbed in thoughts and the moods of Srimati Radharani and the moods of the gopis in Vrindaban. Mahaprabhu was thinking in that way. Very nice, I think. Hari Haraya Nama Krishna Jaravaya Nama Hari Haraya Nama Krishna Jaravaya Nama Jaravaya Jaravaya Keshavaya Nama Jaravaya Jaravaya Keshavaya Jai Saparikara Shishi Guru Guranga Gandharvika Giridhariju Ki Jai. Jai Om Vishnupad Paramahansa Paravajakacharya Ashtatara Sada Shri Srimad Srila Bhakti Sundar Govinda Dev Goswami Maharaj Ki Jai. Jai Om Vishnupad Paramahansa Paravajakacharya Ashtatara Sada Shri Srimad Srila Bhakti Rakshira Dev Goswami Maharaj Ki Jai. Jai Bhagavan Srila Bhakti Sunanta Saraswati Goswami Thakur Ki Jai. Jai Om Vishnupad Srila Gaur Kishordas Babaji Maharaj Ki Jai. Jai Om Vishnupad Srila Satchidananda Bhakti Vinod Thakur Ki Jai. Jai Om Vishnupad Vaishnava Sarvabhauma Srila Jagannath Das Babaji Maharaj Ki Jai. Rupanuga Guru Varga Ki Jai. Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur Ki Jai. Shri Rupa Sanatana Bhatta Raghunath Shri Jiva Gopal Bhatta Das Raghunath Shad Goswami Prabhu Ki Jai. Premsi Gosha Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Shri Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Ki Jai. Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami Prabhu Ki Jai. Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita Ki Jai. Srila Vrindaban Das Thakur Ki Jai. Sri Chaitanya Bhagwat Ki Jai. Narottam Srinivas Shyamananda Prabhu Ki Jai. Jai Om Vishnupad Vishwavaranya Srila Bhakti Vedanta Swami Maharaj Prabhupada Ki Jai. Jai Om Vishnupad Srila Bhakti Nirmal Acharya Maharaj Ki Jai. Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda Ki Jai. Sri Chaitanya Saraswat Madhacharya Vrinda Ki Jai. Shri Navadip Dham Ki Jai. Shri Dham Mayapur Ki Jai. Saparshada Shri Nityananda Prabhu Ki Jai. Saparshada Shri Mahaprabhu Ki Jai. Shri Koladvip Ki Jai. Sri Chaitanya Saraswat Mat Ki Jai. Soquel Sri Chaitanya Saraswat Seva Ashram Ki Jai. Ganga Devi Ki Jai. Tulasi Maharani Ki Jai. Bhakti Devi Ki Jai. Shri Vrindaban Dham Ki Jai. Shri Shri Radha Krishna Go Gopi Govardhan Shyam Guna Radha Kunda Kalindi Yamuna Ju Ki Jai. Samaveda Bhakta Vrinda Ki Jai. Shri Harinam Sankirtan Ki Jai. All the assembled devotees Ki Jai. Shri Kartik Vrata Ki Jai. Shri Damodar Vrata Ki Jai. Shri Niyama Seva Ki Jai. Shri Urja Vrata Ki Jai. Gaur Premanande Hari Hari
Bol. Jai Om Vishnupad Srila Bhakti Pavan Janardan Maharaj Ki Jai.